rundown. Halloween Day, October 31st. Brought to you by Lisa, mattresses. Truth be told, I was supposed to be a Lisa mattress today, and then I was supposed to be an Oak and Coke today.
Shit. I was going to do that too.
Both costumes didn't come in. I'm with two guys who openly hate Halloween and through late breaking.
I don't hate Halloween. I just think Halloween's awesome when you're a kid. It's awesome when you're in college.
And then it sucks.
And then you grow up. Just kind of like, all right, I don't really want to dress up.
For a guy like him, I think when you have kids, though.
Yeah, it's probably fun again for you.
You copped out. Not. If we're being honest, you just didn't dress up at all, and then you threw that on a second ago.
Well, I was sitting on my desk, and I just didn't want to put it on all day.
You actually brought that in?
Yeah. I think we stand with the masses when we say that, like, if you don't have kids that can actively trick or treat, or you aren't a college kid, Halloween's not that fun.
I disagree.
It's fun maybe if you go out, like
if you go out.
But we're in fucking work. I don't really want to. Kind of sucks, to be honest.
Yeah, but it's like Michael Scott, the office environment. I mean, when you're always on, we're on, so you got to. It spices.
I also dress up. I was thinking about it. Like I dress up.
Yeah, you're a dress-up guy.
Yeah, I know enough.
You dress up
other
all
days, right?
Yeah,
so I don't need to dress up on Halloween.
Yeah. And you're just miserable.
I got enough dress up going on.
I just don't really care enough. Although in hindsight, I think I should have done Bartolo. Would have been a good big sexy.
Ooh,
yeah, it may have been funny. We're trying to do funny stuff.
Yep. Next year.
Yeah, I mean, you nice costume from 2003.
This is so relevant. We have two of them.
I'm waiting for Dave Chappelle's Rick James to come off the elevator
This isn't relevant for right now. This is as relevant as it gets right now.
Frankie Borelli won $500 at the bar for
the same costume.
Really?
And that was unplanned. Me and Frankie. You're saying this is an irrelevant costume right now?
I mean, I guess.
I mean, it's definitely more than I guess.
The
Cubs are in the World Series. Speaking of Transition City,
you didn't do the ad.
No, I was going to dress as a Lisa mattress. Mattresses. $75 off. Click on the link below. It doesn't matter if you buy it now. It doesn't matter in 6 months. Doesn't matter whatever. Lisa mattresses. The segue got a little bit ruined. World Series. You're in it.
Still alive.
Still alive. They're cooking right now,
too. I thought last night actually was more difficult than I thought it was going to be based on the pitching matchups. But
the Cubs haven't been able to hit, so it was exactly kind of what I expected. I mean, eking out 3 runs, yeah, it's gonna be a tough task. But I'm not giving up.
Arietta Hendricks is.
I'm not going to give. You can't.
And
I've said it a million times. This team is. You don't win 103 games by accident. So it would be foolish of me to just all of a sudden go doom and gloom after a couple bad games. It's going to take a big fucking effort in game 6 and 7, but
what are the odds now? Do you know the series odds?
I don't know what they are.
I bet
they were like plus like 600 going into last night or something like that.
I bet.
But that one win, I mean,
it's just at all. Right.
Huge.
It's just my biggest concern is the Cubs have had a lot of trouble hitting curveballs and the soft shit, and Tomlin's going to do that.
That's what these guys throw junk. Yeah.
So
They also, I mean, the Indians are playing spectacular.
Yeah.
Having 5 shutouts in the playoffs alone is incredible.
Do you think Terry Francona, he's been an unbelievable manager, but do you think he should have bailed on Bauer last night a little earlier?
In hindsight,
because I was like,
it happened really fast. I'll say that.
But it kind of didn't though. It felt like there was a few moments where I was like, I feel like maybe they should take him out here.
I don't know. He went from cruise control though to the home run.
No, I was just surprised. I was happy.
Right before Brian, I thought Bauer was going to get fucking rocked.
Yeah.
So when he had like 5 strikeouts through 3.
Right.
I was like, this guy's shutting them down. And then all of a sudden,
I was happy he didn't. But I thought that was going to be Francona. I thought it was going to be one of those situations where the Indians got a 1-0 lead, and then Miller comes in from the 4th inning to the 7th.
Well,
and they somehow win that game.
That's what Madden kind of ended up doing.
Right.
Pulling Lester after 90 and going right to
Chapman
Aroldis
was crazy.
I mean, that game is squarely on Madden's shoulder if it goes south.
Chapman is lights out in the 9th inning, but I did not think he was going to be able to handle something like that because, I mean, whenever
40 pitches.
And when he has inherited runners, he lets them in, and he's kind of a baby. That not covering
he didn't cover first.
Yeah, you freaked out.
That was wild.
I thought that was for sure going to come back to bite you in the ass.
On a personal level, can we clarify something? I was getting blown up that I ripped you out of Chicago.
No, so I wasn't mad that so I said to you on Saturday, I had tickets to last night.
That was the plan.
No, I had tickets to last night, and I texted you and I said, do you want me to come back? And you said yes. I was fine with that. What I was salty about once I came back was you didn't let me decide how to do my own content. You wanted me on Facebook Live for 4 hours straight, which is totally useless. it then burned into Pardon My Take, which we couldn't game plan for. So you're like stealing from Pardon My Take to do a Facebook Live of the third inning when no one cares. I think Facebook Live is great. I think it doesn't do anything. Like a solo home run in the second inning is not that compelling because there's so much baseball left. And you even said you didn't tune in till the 7th. I said, let's just go live in the 7th. You tuned into the 7th. You're like, this is great stuff.
No,
yeah,
I
in the
was
7th.
I was tuned in the whole
But
time.
I just think a 4-hour Facebook Live is tedious, and it drains what we're doing on camera. And if you like selectively do it, the plan was to do the first inning and hop into the 7th. I thought that was going to be great. So that was when I got salty.
I'll agree to disagree on that. I do think.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous that you don't trust me to make my own decisions on that.
All I was going to say, I'm not going to argue because I don't want to have you blow a gasket, but all I was going to say is when the Cubs are facing elimination in the World Series, the home run to me was like the biggest single moment. The 2 home runs.
No, but it was the second inning. It was like, and also like I said, we had to do
baseball, that was a pretty big moment.
We had to do like Pardon My takes like 6 hours on Sundays.
But if you were in Chicago at the game, when would you have done Pardon My Take?
I would have done it after I would have had to do it before the game and then after the game. But I had to fly. I came right to the office, and I wasn't able to do it. So then we went straight to Facebook Live.
I'll agree to disagree. I think Cubs in an elimination game, and we spoke the whole time that you always thought elimination game. I think that whole baseball is unique in my mind, and we can disagree. In that type of game, innings 1 through 9 is
I think 10,000. I
spine-tingling.
think 9,000 people watching on Facebook Live in the second inning isn't worth hurting the show that has hundreds of thousands of people listening.
The Cubs ended up obviously winning and have a little bit like of a swing here. But can we talk about how ridiculous the celebration
You guys,
is?
this is your whole thing.
I
Dude,
mean, it's crazy.
fair point.
I looked it up.
It's crazy.
You want to go look up the YouTube video of Jim Brewer being like, let's go Mets after you guys lost to the Royals and all the fans yelling, let's go Mets? The Cubs fans that were on that screen
an entire
looked
stadium.
Bad. Okay, looked bad, but if you throw a camera in front of anyone, any fucking drunk idiot is going to like scream and yell and go, ah.
That take me out to the ball game.
I was in the stadium on
outrageous.
Friday and Saturday night. Everyone was fucking pissed. I was pissed. I felt like I got kicked in the balls both nights. So yeah, there's some, fans that are not great. I mean, don't you guys sing Sweet Caroline when you're down? It sucks. You get annoyed when people do that.
Sweet Caroline would not work.
But
Yeah,
I bet
back
you
before
some
the Red Sox
I bet
won
you
versus,
some
like, the
people would be
Yankees.
singing that. I bet you some
You
people would be
wouldn't get
singing
that footage that you. But that's the reputation. Like the Red Sox have never been called
Reputation
lovable
exists
losers.
for a reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but my point is, you guys pick like a few people, and you're like,
It's a
that's
whole
the
stadium.
It was a lot of people.
It's a whole stadium
fine.
and everything on
Listen,
television.
that's fine.
But you have Chicago people who say the same thing. Like
Yeah,
White
no,
Sox
I-
Dave
no,
is
I
like,
think- no, well,
yes,
what-
that's why we hate.
Wait, White Sox Dave's pretty biased.
Yeah, he's a White Sox
He
guy.
hates the Cubs like poison in
But
his
isn't
mouth.
that why
There
people
is
don't
an
like
element
the
of that of the Cubs fan base that is definitely like I'm just there to get drunk. I think there's an element of that in almost every fan base, but it's also why Chicago's the best city in the world because people are fucking, people are nicer and it's more fun.
That's
people
what
enjoy
I say.
life.
But then when I say people are nice, they get mad.
Yeah.
And they're like,
No, you do,
like,
but
"You're
you
not
don't
nice."
say it like that. You say basically like we're the worst fans in the world and like go Cubbies and you.
No,
you
I said
mock
they're
us.
very nice.
No, but you mock us.
I said
you
that-
don't. It's
yeah,
not,
I
yeah,
sneaky
you mock.
mock.
Us. Yeah.
Well, not
And
listen,
listen,
I
I mean,
think
Kevin,
if
you
you
also.
if you don't take sports like deathly serious,
That's East Coast versus
that-
Midwest,
that-
though.
Wait,
That's
hold
the
on,
point.
but hold on, Kevin. But you also like I believe in my teams. Like you fucking jump off the Mets and
Right.
Jets bandwagon every 2 seconds.
Right, because it's like
the
life
Jets
and
were
death
the
for
worst
them.
team in football in the first quarter, and then they were back. And like you,
'Cause
you
that's
said
how
that you
serious I
canceled
take
the
it.
Mets season like 4 times.
That's how serious I take it.
I
You
take it
guys are like
seriously
whatever.
too,
It's
but
a
I
party.
also know that the series isn't over until it's over.
You guys don't take it as serious on the East Coast. You just don't.
When
It's
did the
just a fact.
Jets become back?
No,
That's not true.
no. Kevin did his like freak out
Jeez.
like in the first
I was
quarter.
ready.
He's like,
I was
"This is
ready to
the worst
declare them the worst
ever."
team in football, which they still kind of are in a way.
They're pretty
not.
But
You got a lot of bad
The
teams.
Bears,
All right.
the Bears and the Browns and the Jaguars.
NFL.
There's some bad teams.
What do we got in the NFL? We had the Bills Mafia, the dildo game. Respect to the. By the way, it's like what's going to happen. Logan Couture tried to bet me I'd bring back Nate at
That
night.
was the dumbest bet of all time.
I didn't even. By the way,
You didn't even bet a side. You didn't get
it
anything.
wasn't even a bet.
I
It was
can't-
like,
I can't
am I
believe you-
betting on it getting dark tonight?
I
Of
can't
course
believe
it's
you
gonna- Of course the
hesitated.
bats are going to fucking.
You hesitated for a moment. I
Well-
couldn't even believe that.
Well, I was waiting, what do I get? But then it's like,
Yeah.
obviously, well, this is just useless. Fine, I'll throw Nate a bone, whatever. There's no chance the Patriots going to lose to the Bills. The Patriots haven't lost They're an AFC team twice in the same season since 1999. That is insane.
Well, I mean, it's only your own division.
No shit.
Yeah, I know. Your division sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, since 1999?
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Yeah, it's a long time.
That's,
But the AFC used
Yeah,
to
yeah,
suck
yeah,
that
they
fucking long.
suck. Yeah, but no, that's a long time. Listen, I thought that was
I don't-
crazy.
by the way,
when
I don't think
when
it was-
Logan Couture made that bet, I was like, what the fuck is he doing? Is he drunk?
I don't think it would matter what division. I know that's how good the Patriots have been. But anyways, that's besides the point. We had the dildo. Respect the dildo because it did say Brady's dildo on it. And it was like a funny looking dildo. So that's, we had that. Gronk on 69th. Other than that, the Skins PR guy going bananas. That was a funny moment. By the way, if you're playing a game in London and like a foreign reporter wants to interview the kicker, I think you'll let him. Anything else in the NFL? Bears tonight?
Tonight.
Jets.
Oh, you
Raiders.
gotta.
last-
I didn't
the
realize
last
that. You
time,
gotta.
Want to do Facebook Live?
The last time,
played, well played.
The last time the Bears have to be on national television this year. Thank God. I feel like they've played on national
They
television.
are on a
They are
lot.
on all.
The
The
Patriots
Jets
aren't.
and the Bears are the two worst
insanity.
nationally televised teams
It's
ever.
and then they say, why are the ratings down? Like, stop putting the fucking Bears on national television.
Honestly, the Patriots they have to be on national because whether you love them or hate them, they're the only ones really with like stars all over the place. So, and they're never on. They must be coming because they haven't been on national TV a lot, and it's driving me crazy. It makes my watching difficult. By the way, we got a bar back here.
Did you guys make a big trade today?
Yeah, they did. They go Jamie Collins. Classic Belichick. That shows where my man. He's arguably their most important, best defensive player.
Something's
They
going on,
traded him to the
right?
Browns for nothing.
What's Danny Two Woke saying?
And
about
by the way,
No, I mean, it's just Belichick.
it's Belichick.
Yeah, something
There's
that's
nothing you
gonna
can
win.
say. As Nuke LaLoosh, don't
Right.
think, just throw. He's done this move a million times. It makes no sense. There's
then it does.
nobody who's what?
It makes no sense, and then it does.
Right,
Well,
people
it's just
are
like
all of a
like,
sudden
it's
it's
He's
stupid
never
because
wrong.
he's going to get, you guys would have gotten the same pick if he walked as a free agent. And
There's something
it would have been
going
a
on.
pick in 2018. So Belichick probably has some fucking guy scouted that he wants to pick this year. That he's like, I'm only going to get him if I have this extra pick.
I'm sure all the local like Boston Radio, Felger and Maz, or what. And when you win,
Although you have to admit that your defense is, if you had one weakness, it's your defense. So that is a little weird.
Again, for mere mortals, using mere mortal brains, even mine can't comprehend this. I don't know what he does, but it always works. Nobody we ever let go like, oh, we wish we had that guy back. It just never happens. It's always perfect at the perfect time, and his track record speaks for itself. So I say it's the right move. I'm glad you brought that up, though. People have been like, hey, maybe, but that's how off the radar it is. There's whatever he does. I know it's in the best interest of us, not only being in the Super Bowl this year, but another 7 years, so I'm fine with it. Halloween costumes, what was it? Oh, Barstool Bar, Oaks and Cokes. Sorry, Oaks. I did try to dress as one, couldn't find a Coke bottle. That's my bad, hand up. What do we got? Halloween costumes. Hillary Duff was a pilgrim, got in trouble for it, had to apologize.
It was her husband was like a red-faced redskin.
Yeah, so they went, but she apologized too, right?
I think she apologized for him.
So you're saying if
The
she,
Indian was the more offensive part
By
of that
far.
duo.
because he had the
He had,
he-
the,
I mean,
yeah,
he went
he, had
all
the, he went full in.
Yeah, I saw it. With the red on the front.
Yeah. And the white. It was actually, I mean,
It was a good costume.
I didn't
racism.
hate it.
Yeah, it was pretty
We had
flashy.
the Indians last night
Right,
for
pretty
sure
flashy.
doing woo
Yeah.
after a big
Pretty flashy.
LeBron and LeBron at his party, not LeBron. People are like that's not LeBron. I know LeBron had somebody dress up as OJ.
Okay,
That's
can
a
we
pretty
talk about that for a
ridiculous one, by the
second?
way.
Because
What's that?
It's pretty outrageous. You
yeah,
just, like,
no,
put up
it's
a post.
outrageous. I first thought it was LeBron who actually did that.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't him.
That would be unbelievable.
But
As
he
much
did
as
put it on his
as
Instagram page.
as much as I hate LeBron, what you did was what we hate, and that was the outraged people. Like people get outraged about shit like that, and you did that with LeBron.
Well, that
like,
means
do
in
you
all
condone
fairness-
murder, LeBron?
In
Like,
all
no.
fairness, I fucking no matter what LeBron
Yeah,
James does.
yeah,
I
okay,
hate.
all right. So you agree though that like
If
if someone
that
else
was not
flipped out like that,
LeBron-
I would have been like, chill out, man. It's just Halloween.
But that is kind
Yeah,
of like
yeah. No, I know that's you. yeah.
LeBron gives me an opening. And
I'm
Right,
not-
right.
I'm
You
not
gotta
actually-
take it. No,
LeBron
I
has
agree.
to walk the straight
I just wanted to
and
make
narrow on
sure
it.
you answered it correctly. I just wanted to make sure that you weren't actually like.
No, I'm
outraged
actually
about
mad because LeBron. But if anyone else did it, I wouldn't have a
Right,
fucking
right,
problem.
right. Okay,
Like
that's
I'm
fair.
hoping
If you're
LeBron has
absolutely
to issue
fair,
an
that's
If you
totally
actually
fair.
get offended by that, you're
Right,
an asshole.
that's my point.
But it is pretty outrageous to put up
no, that's my
OJ and
point.
be
If
like,
it was-
OJ's at my party.
Right,
Like,
it was-
he's a
no, no,
murderer.
that's
He
my
murdered
point.
two
No,
people.
Ronald
we
Goldman.
can do it
If
'cause LeBron.
Ronald Goldman's at that fucking party, he's
Oh,
not
dude,
laughing.
Ronnie's dad is probably.
He's not laughing.
Right.
He's
right.
not
That's not a
fucking
funny
laughing.
costume.
Yeah.
And then we had Kardashian, Kylie. I've said this before. I'll say it again. number one girl I want to see in a porno. This just reinforced
Also,
it.
people who are like, she got so much plastic surgery. Who fucking cares?
no, I don't care,
She's
but
sexy as shit.
Plastic surgery is the way of the world.
I totally disagree with your porn thing. I feel like she'd be so boring. She's just probably lifeless fuck.
I don't know. You see her shaking her ass like Christina?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
She
think
just like the
pretty good evidence
Kardashians
to
have no
contrary.
soul. You know what I mean? Like there's
I'm not looking for soul in my porno.
No, but you ever watch porn where it's
That
like
on
the
a
chick
t-shirt.
is not in, like she's just literally laying there lifeless? That's weird.
Yeah.
Do you not agree?
No, I don't think she'd be lifeless. I
Okay,
agree with
yeah.
that. Speaking of that, we sent Frankie. Shout out to Frankie, the Borellis.
And his dad.
And
who's
his
just
dad.
straight out of
Also
Central
Frankie Borelli.
Casting.
Sounds exactly like it. Brought all this food here, a fake even dough. We got to go do a pizza review at Borelli's family restaurant. He is actually trying to camp out at Vandal right now, which, by the way, people who know my history with Vandal, I fucking hate that place.
What is that?
It's a fancy schmancy
That's where
restaurant.
First Lady got like rejected. She like
where
waited for like,
Renee
5
went
hours,
to a reservation at like 7. They didn't seat her
Oh,
till 10.
yeah, you complain on Twitter.
But
That was like day 1 of New York.
Heidi Klum's Halloween party is there tonight.
So
That's like the
Frankie's
big-
trying to get you in?
There's no fucking chance we're getting in. He's just trying to get close to the door with the camera
Got
to
it.
get all the celebs.
Got it.
Get in. That.
Got it.
Of all the things,
What we need to do is
of
Frank.
all the delusional things said, thinking that I'm getting into Van.
Well,
I couldn't get in. We can't get in for a reservation.
you thought Justin Bieber knew what Barstool Sports was. So you,
that's
you have
less
less-
delusional than thinking we're getting in.
What we should do is we should have Frankie take a bunch of pictures and then put them out on the internet and let other people take it and then sue them.
Sue them. That's a
Yeah.
business model.
Yes. That's it right there. That's how you make it.
What'd you like there, Coley?
I mean, that's what the paparazzi have done to us.
I almost got fired because we take down my fucking videos.
Right. We need to start switching it on people. We need to start.
We could
Going
already
out and
do that.
taking pictures of
That's the
celebrities
crazy
and being
thing.
like,
our
"Fuck
pictures
you."
are already being pirated, Jack, because back in the day, before when it was just me, we used to do full-blown photo shoots of girls.
Right.
In like Red Sox shit, and they always get pirated. Boxing, quick shout out. The Sweet Science. You see a clip like this, and you're like, the Sweet Science is alive and well. We had a fight in Puerto Rico. Guy knocks one guy out, and then he just goes and starts fucking swinging with the trainer. I loved it. As far as I know, MMA, I've never seen this in MMA. I've never seen, maybe because they're on the outside of the gate, which you could still come over, but this is what makes boxing boxing. It's fan man, it's this type of shit. Boxing, Lou Duva, when Lou Duva got stretchered out after Fan Man and then fell off the stretcher. Like, that's the stuff I absolutely live for. So, great moment in boxing. I don't know what we can add, but I just want to give boxing a shout out, especially in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, so I was going to say, it's the Latinos still got the boxing.
And the fact that the corner man is fucking basically winning the fight. That's the corner man you want,
That
you know?
that was a Rocky moment when they do the painting, the Neiman
Yeah,
Marcus, they both
same
hit each
exact
other at the
time.
same
Yeah.
time. They both connected. Like, he went into the ropes, so shout out there. Loch Ness Monster, but not the real one in Alaska.
No.
Do you? Yeah, I don't think so
You
either.
listen. I appreciate how into aliens and the supernatural and the mythical you are. You believe too much.
This
You,
was
you,
not.
you jumped the gun on this.
What was it?
First of all, if you look in the
Was it
very
ice?
beginning, if you look in the
This
very
is
no,
ice.
it's some fucking giant fish, but it's not a monster.
with ice on it.
Yeah.
Well,
and
that
also
sounds
if you
like
look
a
at, if you
monster.
look in the very beginning, it's small. It's not as big as when they zoomed in. Like when you see some perspective, it's like a big fish, but it's not like a fucking monster.
I
looked like a monster.
totally believe in Loch Ness Monster, but believing in Loch Ness Monster means there's only one Loch Ness Monster.
Well, yeah. Well, I said
The
that.
one that's
I,
in-
I
right.
said that.
So Nessie
Time out.
is the only one. So you can't.
I
be
said-
like, here's another one.
I said that in my blog.
Okay.
That the Nessie people in Scotland must be like jumping off bridges.
yeah,
today
because
they
that's
got their
real.
shine.
The
Yeah.
Loch Ness Monster.
And-
is real.
and I will say-
these monsters don't just like fucking swim up the river too when there's cameras on. There's a reason why Nessie is like in the shadows
wish
for
I was a-
100 years.
I wish
I
was a
will say it's
billionaire.
odd to only be seen once, but this is all the long con for me, and I may agree with some of your stuff. If you haven't watched the Providence Sea Monster video
a great
yet,
video.
it's like
All-timer.
top 10 of all
All-timer.
It's literally all time. So it was a way for me to weave that video back in, and I did it. Speaking of the mythological, I think we're going to have a different in monsters and ghosts. Ron Artest says he was touched inappropriately by a ghost in his hotel. I didn't even know he coached the Lakers when they're in Oklahoma City at a renowned haunted house. What do you got on Ron Artest getting fingered by a ghost?
Yeah, I mean, there's.
Wait,
haunted
are we assuming
hotels.
that's he got full blown fingered?
his butt? His
Yeah,
butt
butthole.
fingered. He got
Okay.
his butthole.
Did he say that, or we're just making that
Well,
assumption?
that's why
He's just
we're
going-
making
He
that
said
assumption.
that, and
Got
now
it.
I
I'm
mean, it makes
agreeing.
sense.
He got his
What are you
butt.
gonna
I don't think that really makes
Yeah,
sense.
if you get what if a ghost starts to jerk you off, you're gonna fight it.
No,
But if
did Ron
the ghost
fight it?
starts to put his finger up your butt.
I don't
you're
know
like,
if I'd
"Chill out,
fight that
man."
either, Dan.
I think you got to at least jerk off when you got the finger up the butt, right? Can't just throw a
Clearly.
finger in the butt.
I would imagine.
ghost?
I would
Yeah, the
imagine if a
ghost.
ghost is fingering you in the butt, he's also jerking.
Right, but I don't think that. I think what happened to Ron Artest is a ghost just stuck his
So we
fingers in
believe
his
this
ass.
story, but we don't believe the Alaskan Loch Ness Monster.
Yes.
I don't believe this
That's
story.
simple math.
Ron Artest is definitely the type of guy who could get involved with sex with a ghost, like Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown definitely fucked.
I
a
also,
ghost.
someone brought up
But-
a good point. Ron Artest, I doesn't think lie about this shit. Like,
No.
Yeah, but also, why would you
Fuck
bring it
no.
up? Why would you bring it up now?
Well,
That's
why
my
would
thing.
you?
wait, I thought it just happened.
Oh, did it?
Oh, I don't know.
I thought this
Do we
was like
have
back
any-
in the
Can we
day.
get a fact check? Can
Okay,
someone fact
so
check this?
that was the most confusing. I'm like, Ron Artest is a coach on the Lakers. They're staying in Oklahoma. So he's
Coley,
saying
what's the
this
story?
happened
Do you
a long
know?
time ago.
Fact
Do you know when this
check. We need a
happened?
fact check.
I
Why
just
is this a
assumed-
story if it happened a long time
I just
ago?
assumed this was a
check
long
it.
time ago, and that he.
head-
The tweet says Meta World Peace and a ghost touched him inappropriately at the famous haunted Skirvin Hotel where the Lakers stayed the past 2 nights.
Yeah,
Oh.
past 2 nights.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
must be a coach on the
Okay,
Lakers.
then I do believe it. I thought
No,
this
he
kind
still
of.
plays. He's still on the team. He just doesn't
Ron
play.
Artest still plays?
He kept saying he's coaching.
Well, Ron Artest died like 5 years ago.
It's
Meta
Meta
World
World Peace.
I don't.
Yeah, he's always Ron Artest. to
I
me.
don't change names. I called.
Yeah, they played the
fucking
Thunder
Muhammad
last night.
Ali
I had the
Cassius
over.
Clay.
And I lost.
Yeah,
the-
Ron's still doing it.
But there's haunted hotels like the Pfister in
I can't
Milwaukee.
believe he still
The Pfister
plays.
in Milwaukee is a haunted hotel.
Oh, I
well
stayed.
known. Well known.
Yeah, I stayed Pup Warner football. We stayed over in a House of Seven Gables. Salem, you want to talk about haunted places? House of Seven Gables, Salem, Mass, is like
That's it. That's
the
the
That's
beginning.
one of which is yeah.
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 No, I believe it now. I thought he brought this up like years later.
No, he
If
got
it
fingered
happened,
2 days ago.
He definitely did.
Do it, Ron.
He's
Do it
right.
up, Ronnie.
And so yes, the answer is yes. We believe Ron Artest got fingered in the ass by a ghost, but I do not believe your little Loch Ness Alaskan.
Not mine.
crab.
That was a ABC News and shit.
Yeah, but you're the one who brought it to our attention.
Well-
you have to own that. No, you got to own that.
I just want you to
I'm
have
not,
a
that's
little
your
I'm not,
Loch Ness.
I'm not unowning it.
that's
I don't
your
think
Loch
you-
Ness.
I don't
I
think
just
I'm
want you- I just
unowning
want
it.
you to have a little
I
bit
mean,
more of a
even
filter
if
when it
you
comes to
roll back the
supernatural.
tape, you're like, it's ice, and you're like, no, it's an animal
no,
with
that's
ice. Well,
your
what is it?
that's
No.
your
No.
Loch Ness though, for better or worse.
No, I'm
You're
not going to
holding-
call him Loch
Yeah,
Ness
it is.
because
It's
that
your-
has
it's your Loch Ness.
You just
Own
need
it.
more of a
Own
supernatural
it.
filter. That's all I want.
Own it. Don't post it if you're not going to own
A little
it.
bit more of a
I
standard, high
told you I
standards,
wanted
Dave.
the Providence guy in there.
We just need a better filter on this stuff.
Right.
A's
really
versus
You can't
Athletic
post every
world.
single thing, or
Yeah.
then nothing's
And
supernatural,
everything's
Dave.
an alien.
Last story of the day. A's got in a Twitter fight versus SmashMouth, and it got kind of heated.
Personal.
Yeah, it did.
Real personal.
Real quick. The A's made it personal real fucking quick.
Yeah,
now.
real personal.
Yeah, so, I mean, I guess,
The A's are a bunch of. I'm Team SmashMouth on this
I'm
one.
going to be honest, I thought SmashMouth was the guy with the white hair.
Guy Fieri.
No.
Oh.
From like E!
Because
News.
he kind of looks like that guy.
He does have he used to have like spiked hair, but
Wait,
that
who-
was back in the
who's the
90s.
white
I
hair
don't,
guy you're talking
I
about?
don't know if I've heard from
McGrath?
Smash Mouth.
Mark McGrath.
Oh, Mark
Sugar Ray.
McGrath. Sugar Ray.
Sugar
yeah.
Ray.
Right.
Smash
Man, those
Mouth.
are all kind of.
Yeah, Smash Mouth was big.
Yo,
what, like
Smash
90,
Mouth is one of those
98?
bands. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm a
90s,
Smash Mouth fan, but when like the Shrek song comes
All-Star?
on, you kind of fucking
What about
nod along
All-Star?
to it.
Yeah, 1998.
Yeah, these people hate on it. It's like, come on.
And
shut
by
up.
the way, props to SmashMouth for being like hardcore A's fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, and the main thing is they were dead fucking right. The A's
Right.
are a pitiful organization.
Right.
Everything he was saying was spot on. Fuck
And-
the A's.
But the A's are a small market, so I don't know
yeah,
what you
but
want them to fucking do.
they still fucking stink at
Where it backfired on the A's was when they said like we had more hits than you have in forever. And then Smash Mouth came back with the real fan shit. And
Yeah.
then it's like, you know what? You guys are just dicks.
Right.
Because this
You're just a
guy's
poorly
just
run organization.
passionate and you're making fun. Smash Mouth made jams. A jam is a jam is a jam forever. So I don't care if they haven't done anything recently. They still hold a special place.
And I will say, the A's have electric fans when they're doing.
Yeah.
They got the sax
The-
guy
yeah,
and
the-
shit. They
yeah.
got all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
The A's are a crazy crowd when they're playing well. That's the rundown. Do we have anything post-show? Oh, Mario Kart race tonight. Come give us the stakes here, Coley.
All right, so as we all know, Smitty likes to tout himself as a great Mario Kart racer, despite
really
the fact
does.
that he's never
Yeah, he
won
really
anything.
That's a fair
ever.
point.
yeah.
So
He's
one
a
day,
Seinfeld bet, the soup bet, or whatever it is.
At what point
The
do
date
you just
bet.
stop, like, you'll just have a million tattoos?
Well, no,
Like
he-
No, this
losing
is he's got
Mario
to change
Kart?
his name this time.
yeah. So if he loses, I get to change his middle name, like legally, like go down to the courthouse, change it. If I lose, I have to get a Wario tattoo. Yeah, he just keeps
So
like
there's going to be Facebook Live?
Facebook Live, 7 p.m.
How-
Eastern Standard.
How confident are you?
Straight into the Bears Vikings.
Scale of 1 to 10.
Facebook Live.
By the way, not I know people sometimes don't like the gambling talk. 2 quick shout-outs talking about gambling. That the end of the Texas Baylor over/under.
Yes. and
Last night.
the fucking Notre Dame Miami over.
I wasn't involved in that. So I didn't pay
Brian
attention to it.
Kelly they throw the ball, catch. It's like 3rd and 3 on the 3. The guy catches it, almost crosses the plane, fumbles. Notre Dame recovers. They have 1st and goal on the 1 with 2 minutes left. We need 4 points. Brian Kelly plays for a field goal. That's the shit that will keep you up forever.
That's unfortunate. What will really keep you up is that play when Texas, they didn't tell you that they didn't score a touchdown for 10 minutes after the play.
And in that Texas game, it was 14-14, 5 minutes in.
Instantly.
5 minutes in.
Instantly. Anyways.
So how confident are you feeling?
100 out of 10.
Yeah. I mean, you beat him last time, right?
Yeah, it was a month ago. This is when he threw.
Wait, you already played?
Like one day, like, because we got the N64, like, right when we moved into
So
the
somebody's
office.
totally delusional here.
Yeah.
It's the guy from Philly.
Yeah.
That I believe.
There's a conspiracy going around.
I mean, I thought you hadn't played. When you don't play something,
No, I mean, we didn't play,
you
like-
play, it's like you have no
didn't-
idea what you're walking into.
We didn't play.
But you two have already.
We played 6 races. I won 4-2.
Oh boy.
Yeah, big
Smitty, if
tits.
you lose this one though,
You
is
can't
there
talk
a
about
feeling
MarioKart
that
ever.
you're just doing these bets so that you can do crazy things and be like, whoops? Like you got to win this. Your
understand I had to win
it's
this.
more than your middle name. It's your reputation as the greatest Mario Kart player.
But
ever.
that's the issue. I'm not going to put out I'm the greatest Mario Kart player in the world unless there's something drastic on the table. So I get 3 strikes and I'm out.
I'd actually contend that your reputation is more on the line than the middle name.
I have a
Who
reputation.
gives a fuck?
No,
about that?
as the great, because you've said you're the greatest Mario Kart player.
You claim 40
Right,
and 0.
that's my point.
And then you come up to Dedham and get your teeth kicked in.
Yo, that's the main
Since
problem.
I've thrown out
Forget about
this
4 out of
challenge,
6.
it's like 2011. I've been like 40-2 up until I went to Boston and lost the big one. This is like
If I had a nickel for every time I heard somebody say that,
That was the
I'd be a
18-1
fucking
Patriots right there.
Rich man.
4 out of the last 6 is something. The fact that when the chips were down, you got.
He blames
All
no,
I
he
know
blames
is, like, no pressure
all I know
on
is
you,
you're
but all the
0-1.
pressure.
He blamed his controller.
All
He
the
brought his
pressure.
Oh, you blamed
he
the
brought his
controller?
controller from home.
brought your own
Come
controller?
on. No, that's
you know, putter in the mini golf.
You bring it
I like
fine,
that
but then
move.
you can't blame
Yeah,
it.
but when
Yeah,
we're-
but they
How-
blamed it.
What
You
color-
can't
He
be the
blamed
best
his
in the
losing
planet
on
and
his
go, oh,
controller.
I
He
didn't have
brought
my
his own.
sticks.
You can't do that.
Oh, wait, what? You lost with your own controller?
No, he lost when we were using the same ones, and then he said it's because I don't have my own.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
okay,
fine.
Okay.
Okay.
When
Yeah,
I'm
it's like a
using
ping
the same
pong. It's like a
ones-
ping pong.
Yeah, I have no problem with
yeah.
that.
Get
I
these
have
outta
no
here.
problem with that.
Bring my own shit to the table.
Yeah.
All right, that's
So
the one.
that's-
So 7
okay.
p.m., tune in for this live.
Wow, big time.
Yep.